Before installing Android Studio on Windows, you should set up an environment variable that points to your Java Development Kit installation. On my system, I've installed the JDK in my Program Files directory under Java, and then a folder with the Java Development Kit's version, 1.8.0_74. And then I've created the environment variable. I'll go to the Control Panel, type Environment, and then click Edit the System Environment Variables, then click the Environment Variables button, and here's the environment variable. It's named Java_Home, and it points to that directory location. This isn't necessary on Mac OS X, but it is important on Windows. Once you've checked that environment variable, you can install Android Studio. You can get Android Studio from one of two places. To download the most recent stable version, go to developer.android.com/sdk/index.html. Follow the links to download Android Studio for Windows. You'll be downloading a complete installer package that includes most of the important SDK components in a bundle. That makes it a fairly large file, over a gigabyte. And once you download it, it's pretty straightforward to follow through the prompts and install the software. If instead you want to get a beta version of Android Studio, go to this web page. As of the time of this recording, the most recent public beta for Android Studio 2 was Beta 6. To download the software, follow the link to the Android Studio 2.0 Beta 6 page, and then download the archive for Windows. I've downloaded that archive to my desktop, and I'll show that the archive contains a folder named Android Studio that contains the software. This is not a complete installer package. In order to use the beta version, just extract the archive to anywhere on your hard disk. Now, on my system, I already have Android Studio 1.5 installed. That's under my Program Files directory, and I want to maintain the two versions side by side. So I've extracted this folder to my desktop, and here it is. The folder is named Android Studio, and again, it just contains the raw software. To start up the software from here, I'll go to the bin folder, and then because I'm running a 64-bit version of Windows 10, I'll double-click and start Studio 64. If you're using 32-bit Windows, choose the Studio executable instead. When Android Studio starts up, I see a prompt to update the Android SDK tools. I'll click that link and then click Update Now. And then, if I see this prompt, I'll click on the button to attempt to install all packages. Because I haven't started up any of the other software recently, I should be able to install everything regardless of this message. It'll take a few moments to download the required software, to unzip it, and then install it in the correct location. Once you see the message that the installation is complete, you can click Finish, and you'll end up at the welcome screen, and you're ready to start building Android projects using Android Studio on Windows.